welcome to Reality Hour. I'm Adam Samuel. Today, what is it? Week 3 of AGT live shows we're talking here tonight, Eric?
Spoiler alert, I'm Eric Ascher. Yes, it is week 3 of live shows.
Yes. It's been a long day. My co-host Eric joining me. You guys know who he is. If you're here, you should know who he is.
I would hope. Anyway, actually, I would hope not. I hope we're getting. We crossed 101 subscribers now, so we're getting new people. So hopefully that keeps happening.
We're actually at 102.
I stand corrected.
We're making it, Eric. We're in the big leagues here. We gotta.
We gotta shape up and let's talk about what was the least worst week of AGT live shows so far.
I think that's the perfect description of this episode. It is the least worst. It's not great, but it's not as bad as it's been. But yeah, some of these acts, I was like, they were very hit or miss for me. The ones that were hits, I think, were pretty good hits. The ones who weren't, I think, just fodder. I don't know. Overall, though,
this way, I think we saw our winner of this episode.
Ooh, who's that? Who are we talking about? I'm kind of curious. All right. So, Eric, I have a bit of a confession. I have been a little unplugged from the AGT sphere this week. Again, as I was last week. Have there been any revelations, news with Simon Cowell?
Doesn't look like he's coming back.
What?
Does not look like he's coming back. Looks like we're going to have 3 judges for the rest of the year.
He's really not coming back? He must have really hurt himself. Is he doing Britain's Got Talent?
Nope.
Nothing. Wow. That's really crazy. So like, who's our new, like, head judge? Like, who's the person? Because if Simon's out of question...
Here's the great thing about having 3 judges is there's no need for a head judge because there's no ties.
I don't know. Is he still, like, making... Because he's, like, an executive producer for the show. Is he still making, like, decisions from wherever he is?
Yeah, probably.
All right. Well, he's really just... Do you have confirmation that's, like, the end? Or is maybe he'll pop up in the finale?
We have strong hints that that's the end. He might make an appearance in the finale, but who knows?
You know, I would almost think, like, since this is the way the world is now, like, you could almost, like, have his table be there and then just, like, put a laptop there and have him, like, zoom in.
That's what they did on The Voice Australia with 2 of the judges, but it wasn't so great.
I mean, isn't that what they did with American Idol this past season?
Yeah, that was, but, you know, it's not as good. Anyway.
All right, well, we had another 11 acts performing. Next week is our final week of this
round.
Quarterfinals, is that what we call it?
This time we are calling it quarterfinals, and it makes sense because there are 4 of them.
Because they're actually, oh yeah. All right, so we have our acts. I guess, any headlines, or are we going to get right into the deep dive?
No headlines. No headlines. Let's just go right to the deep dive.
All right, well, kicking off the night is this is one part of the show that was a little head scratch. Some of these people I just didn't remember, like, and this is one of these examples. They're Dancetown Family. They're ballroom dance troupe. Eric, I have no idea who these people are.
Never did I, and never did anyone, because their audition was not shown.
There's like a GIF of SpongeBob when Patrick, he comes home to his rock, and there's like a lot of eyes just like poking out of the bottom of his rock, and he yells, "Who are you people?" Like that was me like a couple of times during this episode. I don't know if I just have like bad memory or some of these people weren't as memorable.
I mean, well, this act you had never seen before because they were just an act that never was. Their audition was never shown. So,
but why? Why would you bring these people who their auditions never shown? Why not bring like
Winston?
Look, if it's because of COVID, why wouldn't you go with like the solo singer / comedian / magician? This seems like so much more effort for very little payoff.
Fuck if I know why. I'll just say that I was bored. and they were obviously goners, and so it was.
The saddest part is like these people, like they're people. They have stories, and the show just makes us discount these people so immediately. It's really sad. But
Yep.
I just wrote like it's for me. It's because I'm desensitized to these kinds of things where I'm not as wowed. Like I've said before, I think America's Got Talent is one of those shows you just got to watch one season, then never watch it again.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because
yeah, I know.
of the repetitiveness.
Yeah.
But
Basically.
basically, but this act, I wrote the nicest thing I wrote was I loved their location and the where they performed. I loved the checkerboard kind of dance floor. It was awesome. But like that's what I remember.
Mm-hmm. It's never a good sign when you leave a location that you don't remember the act.
All right. Well, I actually admit I don't fully know the results. I watched the full episode, so I'm gonna be going with Eric on this. So I'm gonna guess these guys did not make it.
Correct. Next.
All right, we move on to Nolan Neal. He is a singer-songwriter. He was on The Voice 2 seasons. He's performing an original. What did you make of this?
Okay, so my journey with Nolan has been a little bit of a roller coaster. His first audition was my favorite of the season. I gave it my golden buzzer. I knew he wasn't going to win, and clearly he wasn't.
He didn't make it?
He did not make it. No.
All right, go
on. This was my disappointing cut. So his second round was good, disappointing, but not. It wasn't as good as his first performance.
You gave him your golden buzzer. I'm just remembering.
Yeah.
Wow.
But then I made my winner prediction, and that's different. And I think I still have a good chance of that one coming true.
Do you still get bragging rights if they win?
If my winner prediction?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Go on.
Shut up. Second round was good. And this was somewhere in between the first round and the second round. It wasn't as good as his first audition, but it was much better than his second performance. So I liked it. I didn't love this one. And I knew he would lose the save. Spoiler alert, he was up for the save. The second when it was announced who he was up against, I knew he was a goner.
I'm surprised he didn't make it through. Honestly, I would think he would kind of. You
would think that there was one act in the top 3 that surprised me, and I would have switched them out with him. But.
So here's the question I have for you, Eric. Where did he go wrong? What was the problem here that he didn't get enough votes?
They put him early in the episode. He didn't do great on the second round. He never really clicked. And this type of singer never does that well on AGT. So,
yeah, he reminded me so much of Noah Guthrie, and kind of
very similar to Noah. Very, very similar to Noah. Yes.
I don't know. For me, I thought the performance itself was solid. It's a solid performance for an America's Got Talent performance. I don't think it blew my mind. I thought it was going off America's Got Talent, how people usually vote and who usually goes through. I would have thought he would have made it through.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on Nolan. I genuinely didn't have really much of an opinion going in for him. But
yeah, I did, and I was disappointed. Grace says in the comments that I think people are sick of singers. I would have put him through though. Yep, Grace is right. That's it. Having said that, I still think a singer is going to win this season. So
they always do. Well, we had Cody. And we had
Shinlim.
Anyway, we move on to Usama, comedian. My God. What happened to comedy on this show, Eric? What happened to it? I feel like it's
going to be back next week. I'm super excited to see what Alex Cooper does, but
he is gone. There's no chance he's going to be the saving grace for comedians.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think America votes for him.
I don't think so ever. I don't care. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it.
The thing is, like,
I'm gonna vote for him, and that's what matters.
It's not fair that comedians get 90 seconds. I will
Correct.
go to my grave saying this.
Every act should get 4 minutes. Adam says every act should get a different amount of time based on the category. Adam's wrong.
Exactly.
Every act should get 4 minutes.
No, I disagree. Totally disagree. Depending on your act,
no,
you should get a certain amount of time. Because
4 minutes is the right time for every act.
For a song, someone's going to sing for 4 minutes? That's like 2 songs.
No, it's a full song. It's a full song. Don't cut the song short.
No, I disagree. I think
cut You're wrong.
Bring it up to 3 minutes. Like instead of 90 seconds, bring it up to like three minutes. Comedy, get 5 minutes at least.
No,
magic,
everything is fair, but
magic 5 also. Dance acts, can maybe put them to 90. Like keep them the same. No. Anyway, so Usama. I'm going to guess this was
curious what the commenters think. If 4 minutes for everything would be better or a different time for each act would be better. Because I think everyone's going to agree with me.
I think everyone's going to agree with me. They are on my side. The chat, I don't know if you see, but on my screen, like I'm closer to, it's over here. The chat's like over here on this side. So like they're more like on my side.
Technically, that's how the screen is arranged, yes. But they're going to agree with me.
All right. Well, Usama, comedy. I'm gonna guess this didn't work out here.
Did you watch the act?
Well, I did watch the act, and about 3 jokes in, I was going like.
Did you watch Heidi's face?
I watched some of it. Why don't you give me a reenactment, Eric? What was her
Heidi's face? Was just. Heidi's face was just pure like. She was pissed, actually, it seems. She said being called a tramp was the least uncomfortable part with her comment.
So, yeah, I mean, comedy is a
subjective.
The key is subjective, and it's you got to read a room. Like America's Got to, like, this is a comedy act that like could be fine elsewhere, maybe. The material was a little bit better.
I mean, the thing is, if he's gonna do like roast jokes, if he's gonna do like a mean joke about Heidi, he has to at least make it a funny mean joke, like Alex Hooper is gonna do next week, or else it's not good.
Or do you remember when Taylor Williamson was on AGT and he made a joke about like a giraffe, and then after the giraffe, like the joke was over, he said to Heidi, Heidi, did you like that joke? He said, I figured you liked animals because you were married to a seal.
Yes.
But I like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The thing is, it's just know your audience. Like, know that this is a family audience. I'm a fan of like edgy comedy, but maybe not to this degree. The material just needed a little bit of work. No.
Oh. Yep.
What? Oh, and Howie's comment that Heidi was the only woman who doesn't like being called a tramp was. Let's move on to our next.
Yeah, let's move on to Waffle Crew, shall we?
Waffle Crew, they are a dance crew. They are also Simon's Golden Buzzer. This is another performance where I was like, I love the setting, like the way it was like set up. Like that's the highlight of the season for me. Like I actually like it better than on the stage.
Yeah,
like it's just so much more creative. It's so much more fun. I'm like, oh, this is cool, and it felt like a street performance, which I think was what it was supposed to be, and it was the energy was there. It was fun. Was I amazed by it? Maybe not so much. I feel like that's the thing with street performances. Like you could watch them, but they get a little bit overdone. Like after a couple minutes, you know, like you're walking, you see a street performer, you watch them for a couple minutes, and then you keep walking. Like that's how I feel with these kinds of acts on the show. Like they usually can do well the first act, and then the second performance during the live shows, they're going to say, oh, it was a bit repetitive. It was, you know what I mean? Because there's not so much you can do with it, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, honestly, the thing is, they're good, but they're not spectacular. But their story and the fact that they got a golden buzzer means that they were going to make it through no matter what. They did need the save though, which is a weird thing. They were not in the top 3.
Wow. I would have thought they would have
Sailed right through? Yeah, me too.
Yeah, pretty much. I thought they would have been in the top 3. They weren't my personal favorite, but I could see the appeal, like, of kind of the history repeating, like how the show works, the acts that usually get through, I would have thought. But yeah, the fact that they were that way doesn't surprise me.
So that means they're gone next round in all likelihood. Anyway.
At some point, this is like, I almost sound like a broken record. Like, that's how it usually is in the show. Like, at some point, not everyone can go home. Like, some people have to make it through.
Yeah, you would think.
We move on. Annie Jones performing, I think it was a Lady Gaga song, right?
It was a Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande song, yes.
And
where they both have a verse and they sing together. It was an actual review of the song, which is hilarious.
Huh.
Gay Twitter was freaking out over that review.
The one thing that I'm very curious about is Annie Jones, little girl. Apparently, she's from Australia. How did she get there? Like, how did that happen?
How did she get here and Sheldon not is the question.
Yeah, some of these things are like a little bit like those group of kid dancers like that kicked off the show. They had to have practiced. Like, were they quarantined? Like,
I don't know.
I feel like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But here's the thing about Annie. She's a kid singer that sounds like a kid. Which is so unusual on AGT. And not necessarily in a good way. But what were your thoughts?
I thought the performance would have been, look, there's good performances and then there's AGT good performances. I thought this was a good performance. I thought the second the music started to pick up and it started to go up tempo, I was like, uh-oh. Like, it's not going to happen, because I feel like going up tempo on a song, like a singer, usually spells doom.
Well, this song is not tempo song, so.
Yeah. I'm going to guess she probably didn't. She was probably in the save. Didn't know? Really?
She was cut. Straight up cut.
I thought she was like, it was solid. It wasn't a performance that moves you forward on America's Got Talent. That's kind of my thoughts. What about you?
Yeah, basically. I mean, it was a busing. Or it was a busing.
She didn't have a chance. Poor girl.
She was gone.
Maybe we'll see her somewhere else. I mean,
maybe Australia's a voice. They'll take it. They'll take people who've been on shows before many times.
All right. Well, we move on to who I'm gonna guess is probably your favorite of the night. Probably also this season. No?
One of my 2 favorites, yes.
All right. Malik Dope. He is a drummer. It's unique. That's kind of the way that I could say it. It's a lot of high energy. It's fun. I prefer these acts over any others any day because it's just different. It's something fun. It's something.
So was he your favorite of the episode?
Yeah, I guess.
Really? I mean, if he wasn't, that would have been a problem because he was by far the best act of the episode. He is so good. In my top 3 of the night, probably top 1 of the night, without any question. High energy, super talented, puts on a hell of a show. He needed the judge's save, but at least he got it. So
he needed the save.
Yeah, he got saved over Nolan.
Wait, who made it through? Like,
I'm not telling you. We're gonna get there.
All right. Well, I got, the thing is for me, like, I don't have that much of a horse in the race, just if that's the way to kind of say it, where I'm not kind of that invested. So I would say, yeah, he was probably the best of the episode, but I wouldn't say like enthusiastically. You know what I mean? Like, where I'm like,
I would be
excited to say about it. I thought he was talented.
The one thing about him is that he's different from anyone we've seen on the show before, and that's what I loved.
different. He's fun. Send him through.
Okay. Let's move on to the next act, shall we? Because we'll hopefully get to talk more about Malik next week or the week after or whatever.
All right, we move on to Max Major. So he is. How many magicians do we have this season left? How many? Did any make it through?
One of them did.
Oh, well, it was him.
Yeah.
Hey, this guy.
Yeah.
Huh.
He made it.
So he's a magician. Yeah, I had some questions during this performance. Like while I was watching it, I was like, imagine like if I was on one of those projectors and like when everyone starts holding up like pictures of the sun, you'll just see me going like this. You'll just see me going like this. I have a question.
Yes. Okay.
I didn't get the memo.
Spoiler alert. The only way he could have done that was staging it, which he did. And that's
they're all plants.
No, they're not on plans. But on Reddit, people were saying that if they were in the audience and they were told they did this multiplication thing during the break or something, and it ended up where all of them landed on the same thing, which was the draw sun. So I would have totally cut him after this because that last trick was just not even a magic trick. It was just lying to people, and I don't like that. There was no effort involved with this trick. It was just an easy trick to pull off if you believe people are gullible, at least. And I'm pissed he made it through, honestly, over Nolan in particular.
Yeah, I was just really unimpressed by this. I felt like magic has kind of started to hit lows for me on America's Got Talent. It's one of those categories that's just
the problem with magicians on AGT is that most of them don't actually require a skill to do the tricks that they pull off. Sheldon was a notable exception. So
he really made it through, top 3. He was just. What was that?
It was me being obnoxious and saying, yes, he made it through, deal with it. That sucks.
No. Well, who's up next?
Bone Breakers. But
Ooh.
Did you watch this one?
I was part of it because
I didn't watch any of it. I just fast forwarded right through this one. And thankfully, I won't have to watch them again because they're gone.
Has there ever been a contortionist that made it far on the show?
Not that I know.
That category.
Sophie Dossie.
Oh, she doesn't count. She
counts.
A pure contortion act.
No.
Yeah, there you go. And can you name anyone else besides Sophie Dossie?
No.
Exactly. Let's just move on. Sheldon Riley is up next. Tell me a little bit about Sheldon, Eric. I feel like you know more about him.
I know that Sheldon has delivered lots of performances on lots of shows, including X Factor Australia, where they shoved him into a boy band, which was hilarious because that was never going to work. Then he was on The Voice Australia in 2018, and then he was on The Voice Australia again in 2019, and now he's on America's Got Talent, and he's never won anything because and I think the reason is he's always been good, but he's never been great. This was the best performance I've ever seen from Sheldon, actually. I will say that. I actually really enjoyed this. And naturally, he gives the best performance I've ever seen him do. And boom, he's cut.
He got cut?
Of course he did.
I was thinking, it was it's got to be either him or Christina Ray. One of them is making it through.
No. Christina Ray was making it through regardless what she did.
Well, at this point in the show, what we're doing, that's what I'm thinking.
There's one more act in between them.
Who's the middle act?
Alan Silva.
Oh, ooh, yeah, it's hard. Yeah, for me, I thought the Sheldon performance was above average. I don't think it was a wow for me. I thought it was all right. I felt like it was as Grace actually points out, the song was a bit like an easy like home run. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was a
The thing
ball
is,
straight.
yeah, the thing is, Sheldon's voice doesn't have a lot of range, and that's why a song that shows no range is perfect for him. So
Yeah, he really didn't make it through. Like,
he really did not. Of course, he didn't. Were you expecting America to vote for him? I knew he was a
I
goner.
don't know who I was expecting America to vote for, Eric. Have you seen this crop of talent we've got? I don't know what to make of it.
Never do I. Anyway, let's talk about Alan Silva, shall we?
Yeah, so Alan Silva, does he count as contortion? Kind of a little bit?
No, he's an acrobat-ish.
Aerial-ish. All right, well,
Whatever he is.
yeah, I don't really know like what to. I guess it's a different category. So he is doing. I will say my favorite act. Do you know what my favorite part of this act was? You probably know.
The death drop?
No, it was before the death drop. It was
What?
as they're bringing out the spikes, and you see Howie Mandel go, "Oh, look, there's spikes!" And then he's like, "Oh no, he's gonna do a death drop," and he was just explaining the entire thing. And I was like, "What would we do without you, Howie?"
We'd all be 10% smarter at the end of each episode.
I feel like I almost would like a Howie Mandel to like follow me around, like as I'm. Oh look, he's brushing his teeth. Oh. Like just stating like clearly obvious facts. But that all aside, the performance, it was all right. I don't think it blew me away, which is funny because there was like a lot of wind going on with like.
Yeah.
Get it? You see what I did there?
Uh-huh.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was good. I would have not put them through over Sheldon and Nolan personally.
Did he go through?
Yeah, we had we've had
Who are our top three? Who's our top three?
Max Major, Alan, and Christina.
Ooh. Yikes. All right, go on.
Yeah, he's good. He's not great. He's good.
Pretty much sums it up.
Yeah. But now let's talk about who I'm putting my neck on the line and saying she is going to win this season, Christina Ray.
Christina Ray performing a very, very uninspired song choice.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I will say, I can actually play this on the piano, like somewhat, not very well, but I can play it. So that was like
you have to pay Simon Cowell royalties every time you play it.
Every single time I hum it, like I'm walking and I start humming, and all of a sudden a guy parachutes out of a plane, lands right in front of me.
Okay,
that
Simon Cowell, please.
Yeah, he's. But anyway, I mean, look, it's overdone, but it's overdone because it's always such a.
It's a moment song.
Easy knockout, but like it's
a moment song.
Yeah, it's no. Whenever you see someone singing Hallelujah, they're not going to be a busting. Like there's just certain songs that just aren't that way, and this is just an automatic moment song. The performance, she did what you would expect her to do with it. She knocked it out of the park. I don't think it was the best vocalist of the night. Would you say it was the best vocal of the night?
Oh, absolutely, it was the best vocal of the night.
All right,
he's the best vocalist of the season, bar none. Fantastic voice. Melinda Doolittle's a fan of hers, which is fun as well. And I will say, the song choice was overdone and terrible, but it doesn't matter when she's as good as she is. And she is my prediction to win this season.
Wow. I think you might be overrating her a little bit, though. I don't know. But then again, at the same time,
she checks every single box. They're pimping her like crazy. She has a story. She has an amazing voice, actual talent. America loves her singers, and we'll see. I think she's the favorite to win.
If not, who else? Who are your favorites?
If it's not her, it's Archie.
I'd rather her win.
Oh, I'd much rather her win.
But yeah, those are kind of the acts from the night. We only have one more episode of live shows, which we lost Eric's golden buzzer this week. I hope I don't lose my last golden buzzer next week.
No ads through.
I haven't looked at the list of people performing. I don't even know if I'll remember most of them. But Eric, does he have a chance? Is it looking bright?
He has more of a chance. He has the most views of anyone this entire season. So
of the season,
yes, including all the golden buzzers. So,
do you think he could win?
I think he's a lock for top 5, but I don't think he can win.
If he makes top 5, that'll be the furthest to golden buzzer that I picked from the auditions has ever made it.
Yep, I think
that's cool.
That's entirely possible for you.
If Noah wins, I get to wear the crown.
If Christina wins, I get to wear the crown.
No, that's not fair because you didn't pick her at auditions. I picked Noah from auditions.
I predicted her from the end of auditions.
All right. I know a way to make this fair. If Noah wins, I get to wear 2 crowns.
Fine. You can look stupid all you want.
Eric, I dress in a shirt suit and a crown whenever I win. I'm not afraid to look stupid for this podcast.
And on that note,
who else? Wait, who else is coming up next week? Who?
Alex Hooper, who's getting my votes, regardless of what he does. I know you don't like him.
It's not that I don't like him. I don't think can get a vote. Is what I'm thinking.
He might sneak through, but he's definitely not going to win. He's here to have fun, and I'm excited to see what he does.
I love his Reddit page. Like he posts on Reddit often.
So good. He's so funny. I enjoy him, and that's what matters. Not to him probably, but to me, it's what matters.
Who else? Who else do we have coming up?
We have your golden buzzer, Noah Epps. I'm gonna look up the list if that's okay.
I think there's one act that I think is coming up that I remember. Not sure. The spoken word artist.
Yep. He's next week.
Okay.
Let's see. Broken Roots.
Who's that?
Several cheer groups. A puppeteer act. Honestly, no one else I'm really looking forward to.
Are you looking forward to Noah? Are you on the Noah train?
I like Noah a lot. I like Alex Hooper a lot, and I am excited to see both of them. And they are the only 2 that I am excited to see next week.
All right, well, I've got my fingers crossed for Noah. I hope he can pull this out. I will say, I'm Adam Samuel. You can find me on Twitter at AdamSoapbox. Run the 2 websites, AdamSoapbox.com and AdamCVlog.com. Where can we find you?
Eric_Ascher on Twitter, ericascher.com, bit.ly/ericlavids, where I uploaded actually a video last week. Because I actually went to a concert last weekend, and it was awesome. So.
Oh, I also forgot, on my YouTube channel, my personal channel, I do book reviews. I'm in the middle. There was no video this week because I didn't finish reading The Shining. Eric, are you familiar with The Shining?
Not really. I mean, it's a Stephen King book, and that's all I know.
Yeah. It's about the hotel where the guy goes crazy. And I'm not liking it that much. It's like been made into this Stanley Kubrick movie that's like been studied in film school.
Yeah, I know.
I haven't watched the movie, but the book itself,
Is that one of Come Play With Us, right?
Exactly, with the twin girls.
Yeah.
Yes. I got up to that scene already. All right, was it in the book? I don't remember. Anyway. Yeah. Got some books coming up to review in the coming weeks. Other than that, any final thoughts, Eric, from the week, from the episode, from anything you want to bring up?
We will see you all next week for the last round of quarterfinals. 3 weeks to go of this episode. 3 weeks after that to go. So,
well, thank you for sticking with us. If you made it this far in the episode, we ask for thumbs up, but give yourself a thumbs up if you made it this far.
And give us a thumbs up as well, and subscribe and share us and tell your friends.
Yeah, we like thumbs up also. Anywho, I'm gonna say, till next time, be safe. Wear your seatbelt. Bye.